we had to take instruments that weren't designed for hip hop and make them hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, them SP12s and them DXs, them people who invented those things in 808s had no idea that kids from the street were gonna be banging into them like rocking parties with them. You know, so we had to kind of more or less design these things for us.
I made a mistake at Unique Recording Studios, Studio A, sampled the snare inside the sampler by mistake, and when I was trying to get a voice off the record, I started playing the snare along with the track, and I asked the engineer, turn off that snare, that drum, that weak ass blend drum snare, turn that shit down. Now I'm popping James Brown snare with my beat I just made. I'm looking at the engineer like, yo, dude, you know what this means? You know what's gonna happen right now? He's looking at me like, yo, what's going on? Yeah, he didn't even know what's going on. He didn't get it. I was like, yo, I could take any kick, any snare, any hi-hat, and make my own pattern. With the drums I hear on a record, oh, it's crazy. People didn't find out for like 4 years what I was doing. Why does his drum sound so crispy?
Oh yeah.
Russell Simmons and them pulling their brains out trying to, you know, cats told me about the sessions. Yo, Russell screaming at us in this, why can't you make records like Marley Marl? He's in his living room, in a $1 million studio.
They actually were taking the snares and the kicks and sampling those records from the old records. And I was trying to make it sound like Sucker MCs and records of that nature. It wasn't the sounds of what I wanted to get from the record that I was hearing.
First beat I made actually was on like a double cassette, you know, on radio, you know what I'm saying? They had the double cassette. You know what I mean? I'll just take beats from like the old radio stations that I used to listen to. They used to play all the old school shit. I used to listen to that. If it was like a break in it, I would like loop it and like record, play, rewind, play, whatever, da for however long until the shit was like the whole beat.
I almost got my first drum machine. I must have got a, matter of fact, it was a stolen 606. I think Old Dirty stole it. Yeah. Old Dirty had stole it. The Roland 606, the silver one. He stole that from some kid.
Actually, my first record I made was in '84. And then I started making break beats and stuff like that. First I was looping the record on a reel. Splicing the records together, chopping it on a downbeat, so it's like a 4-bar loop would go round and around. And then I used to put like cut on that and went to a Betamax tape. I was mixing with a Betamax tape because it sounded so clear. There was SP12s, but I didn't have the SP12 money.
Well, the SP12 was out before this, and you know, I used to just like play with that. But then, you know, when this came out,